Hello, welcome to another edition of Mind Your Mindset. My name is Jessica Barkley, and I will be speaking to you today about appreciation as a way towards manifestation. It is true, we've been taught since we were little to give thanks. We've been taught when we're adults to give thanks. We teach our children to give thanks. I myself like to think of thanks as appreciation instead of thankfulness. There's a very good reason for that I just recently learned. You see, as a Catholic, I was always bowing my head down and always being thankful for everything that came my way. It came almost out of a need to be humble, out of a place of neediness. Like, if we didn't have that, whatever just appeared in our lives or whatever just happened, we would be in such a bad place. Or just because we're in such a bad place, we need this. We need this realization. And so we pray and we give thanks. Myself, I don't like praying from a place of need, and I don't like giving thankfulness from a place of need either. I like appreciating, because appreciating focuses more on the fact that you appreciate whatever came your way. You appreciate the fact that this realization, this manifestation, whatever it is that came your way, you deserved it, but you focus more on the appreciation of it for the good that it is. Not because you needed it. It's not about you. It's more about the fact that whatever it is showed up. Whether it's something that you really needed or that you wanted, if you're looking at it from the place of appreciating the object itself or the situation itself, it has so much more value for itself rather than for you. It has value for you because, of course, you appreciate it, but you're not taking away the value of the thing itself because you needed it. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very clearly, but let me put it this way. When you give thanks for something, suppose somebody does a wonderful thing for you, a great favor, and you thank them. I thank you so much. You almost feel like, when you're thinking that way, you almost feel like, gosh, if I wasn't for you, I would be like in such a horrible place. When it's not really that, but if you say, I appreciate what you did for me, it means that you really are giving that person or the action or the situation its full value. Not because you needed it, but because you appreciate it, but because of what it is. So it doesn't come back to you or to me. It goes back to the thing itself. And that's what gives it the value. So I hope this is a little bit more clear now. But if you have any questions, of course, I always have the Gmail, which is mindyourmind2018@gmail.com. So you can ask more. I know there will be a lot more questions about this subject because it is not very clear probably to some of you. But I try to give this message so that next time we are in appreciation of something, we are able to say comfortably, I really appreciate what you did for me. So it sounds so much more on the level. And for you too, it sounds more on the level for oneself because you know what, whether you were there or not, whether you had done this or not, I really appreciate this, right? It's for that very thing. So let's go back to the issue of appreciation and how it plays a very important role in our manifesting, in our lives, in the way we feel. When we make a list of things that we appreciate, a lot of people call it their thankful list. I like to call it my appreciation list. So every morning, after I meditate, while I'm having my cup of coffee, as a matter of fact, I sit down and I make a list. It can be 10, it can be 15, it depends on where I am that morning. A list of things that I appreciate now in my life. And I sometimes start like, I appreciate knowing, and then I go into something different. Or I appreciate the fact that, and then I go into that. Or I appreciate this and that, and then I go directly to the subject. But you can take appreciation in many different subjects, in many different ways. You see, you can go subject or subjectively or objectively. So what I mean by this is, suppose you say, I appreciate knowing what I know now, or I appreciate knowing that I am loved beyond measure, or I appreciate knowing that I am worth so much that than I ever realized before, right? So that's a kind of indirect appreciation for things that you know now. Then there is a direct appreciation where you go, I appreciate, my family in my life, or I appreciate the beautiful home I live in, or I appreciate the abundance of food on my table. You see, so you can appreciate directly or in other ways, indirectly, through saying, I appreciate knowing, or I appreciate the fact that. And it's why is this helpful? Why is it such a great practice? First of all, because it elevates your vibration. When you're appreciating and when you're in appreciation, it allows you to feel better about things in your life. It allows you to recognize the goodness in your life. It allows you to focus, again, to set your mindset on the things that are positive in your life, on the things that are good, on the things that are working. And isn't this what it's all about? When you mind your mindset, you are going to be focusing on those things. And people do it. I mean, this practice has been done by all kinds of therapy groups like AA. And, if you go to a therapist, this is one thing that they tell you to do. Religious groups do it all the time. It's just a common practice now, I think, in most spiritual circles. But I think that you can take it beyond the list in the morning. I think that, yeah, you can start it with the list in the morning, but how about the rest of the day? How about finding that mode of appreciation during your day? How about finding that appreciation in people even that you wouldn't think that you appreciated, but if you look at them a certain way, you appreciate them for who they are. Isn't that beautiful? You are taking that appreciation beyond yourself and giving it to others. You can also appreciate the things in nature. You can drive by a beautiful tree and look at the tree differently. And when you appreciate it, it certainly looks different to you. It doesn't look like just that tree that you passed a million times before. If you look at it closely, it's going to reveal to you all its beauty. And that in itself is a manifestation. The way that you look at things is a manifestation. So if you look at things in appreciation, it's a beautiful way of the universe. It's telling you, look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful the place where you are is. Look how much there is for you here. And focus on that. When you do focus on that, you are just going to raise your vibration to a much higher level. You're going to be happier, and you're just going to want to share it with the world. You're just going to be a happy person. And there's nothing wrong with that, because isn't that what we're all searching for? We're just searching for happiness, love, and, just being appreciated and also appreciating. That's another thing. When you're appreciating others, they'll appreciate back. It's not because they owe you anything. It's because that mode of appreciation, that energy of appreciation, brings back to you the same thing. It's a law. It's a physics law. What you give out comes back to you. We all know this. So if you give out anger, you're going to get back more anger. If you give out positiveness and appreciation, you're going to get more of that. The next time somebody wants to pick a fight with you or wants to get into an argument with you, try it. Try saying something completely disarming that is completely in the mode of appreciating. Like if somebody wants to tell you, oh, you're such a screw up, and you have done this so wrong and blah, blah, blah. Just say, you know what? I'm sorry, I was trying to do my best and maybe it just didn't come out right. And I am so disappointed that you don't see it that way, and I am sure that it can be fixed. Now, who could argue with that? If you don't give more ammunition to a fight, to a war, to a battle, it's not going to continue because there's no more ammunition to fight against. So that is one way of putting away all those confrontations. I'm not saying do not confront them. I'm saying confront them, but confront them with kindness. Disarm them with love. Disarm them with appreciation. And I know that sometimes it's not easy. It all depends where you are. It all depends where your mindset is. But if you have been appreciating that day, if you have been doing your list of positive notes, if you have meditated that day, you are for sure, your mind is for sure in a much better place, and you will be able to handle stressful situations so much better and stressful people so much better. And you will get to that point where people that used to give you stress, they're not going to affect you anymore. You cannot change them. They're going to be that person that they are. But you can change the way you look at them, and you can change the way you react to them. So you won't let them affect you anymore. And slowly but surely, when they're around you, they might change their ways just because there is no ammunition coming on your side. Or they might just decide not to interact with you very much because they're not getting that drama that they need. Either way, it's good news because it just makes your life a little bit easier. I always believe that it's better to be surrounded by a smaller group of people that I really, feel good around than a lot of people, and I'm always wobbling in my vibration and always trying to, juggle all the drama that is going on. It certainly is more peaceful. So in Peru, in Lima, in South America, we have this saying: it's better to be alone than to have bad company. So it translates a little bit rough, but that just goes to say that it's better to be by yourself than to be with people that are not in the same vibrational level with you, or that are going to stress you, or that are going to bring drama to your life. When we learn that our company is good company, you're never going to feel alone. You're never going to feel lonely. It's okay to be alone, but you don't have to be lonely. And once you realize this, you realize that you like yourself. You realize that you love being with yourself. And there's wonderful things that you can do for yourself and by yourself. I'm not saying go ahead and hide in a cave. But I'm saying at the beginning, when you're trying to practice all of this and when you're trying to change your mindset, it might help a little bit just to stay away from those people that like to seek drama in your life. Do not be harsh and do not be criticizing. Just stay away a little bit more on purpose. Eventually, when you get better at vibrating, when you get higher in your vibration, when you get better in your mindset, you will be emitting that energy of positiveness that, let me tell you, people that don't have a positive attitude will not want to be around you because they feed on the negative attitude and they feed on the drama. So they are just going to fall by the wayside naturally. And those people that are in a better wavelength, they will come closer to you. It's just a law of attraction. And you will meet new people that are more in accordance to who you really are. So there, we have covered how appreciation can lead you to manifestation, because when you appreciate, you're feeling good about certain things in your world, you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling good about what's surrounding you, you're feeling good. I'm not saying everything, I'm saying choose, pick and choose. There's things always that you can appreciate, or maybe you live in a much better vibration than most and you have a lot more to appreciate, but do seek that and you'll see how the law of attraction will keep bringing to you those things, more and more of what you're appreciating. It's just a fact, it's just a physical law. So the like things attract more like things to themselves, and that is what's going to happen with your vibration. I want to leave you with a quote from my book, Mind Your Mindset, and it says, "I so appreciate the beauty in my world, as I see it as a reflection of what is active within me." It's true. If you don't see it, if you don't have it within you, you're not going to see it out there. So work within and enjoy it out there. And this is all the time we have for today. But do remember, you can email me now at mindyourmind2018@gmail.com. Again, it was lovely talking to you, and I hope you mind your mindset. And I look forward to the next podcast. Until then, this is Jessica Barkley. bidding you farewell and have a lovely day.